Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear student, welcome to the Principles of Marketing course. In this video, we'll talk about Chapter 3, Consumer Behavior, Lesson 6, Characteristic Affecting Consumer Behavior, Psychological Factors. By the end of this video, you'll be able to list the 3 perceptual processes, define perception, identify learning concept, identify the belief, and define attitude. Let's start. Psychological factors. Perception is the process by which people select, organize, and interpret information to form a meaningful picture of the world. People can form different perceptions of the same stimulus because of 3 perceptual processes: selective attention, selective distortion, and selective retention. Selective attention, the tendency for people to screen out most of the information to which they are exposed, means that marketers must work especially hard to attract the consumer's attention. Selective distortion describes the tendency of people to interpret information in a way that will support what they already believe. For example, if you distrust a company, you will not trust its advertising. So, marketers must understand what in consumers' mind and how this affects the interpretation of advertising. Selective retention. Consumers are likely to remember good points about their favor and to forget good points about competing brands. Learning. Learning is the change in individuals' behavior arising from experience and occurs through the interplay of drives, stimuli, cues, responses, reinforcement. Learning theorists say that most human behavior is learned. Learning occurs through the interplay of drives, stimuli, cues, responses, and reinforcements. The practical significance of learning theory for marketers is that they can build up demand for a product by associating it with strong drives, using motivating cues, and providing positive reinforcement. A drive is a strong internal stimulus that calls for action. A drive becomes a motive when it is directed toward a particular stimulus object. A person's drive for self-actualization might motivate him or her to look into buying a camera. Cues are minor stimuli that determine when, where, and how the person responds. For example, the person might spot several camera brands in a shop window, hear of a special sales price, or discuss cameras with a friend. These are all cues that might influence a consumer's response to his or her interest in buying the product. Suppose the consumer buys a Nikon camera. If the experience is rewarding, the consumer will probably use the camera more and more, and his or her response will be reinforced. Then, the next time he shops for a camera or some similar product, the probability is greater that he or she will buy a Nikon product. How I believe they hold influenced one of their purchase decisions. Through doing and learning, people acquire beliefs and attitudes. These in turn influence their buying behavior. A belief is a descriptive thought that a person has about something based on knowledge, opinion, faith. Marketers are interested in the beliefs that people formulate about specific products and services because these beliefs make up product and brand images that affect buying behavior. If some of the beliefs are wrong and prevent purchase, the marketer will launch a campaign to correct them. An attitude describes a person's relatively consistent evaluations, feelings, and tendencies toward an object or idea. Some consumer may hold attitude about camera. The Japanese make the best electronic product in the world. In this video, we talked about the three perceptual processes: the perception, the learning concept, the belief, and the attitude.